Have you ever thought about what you'd do if you had a heart attack while you were alone? Maybe you're at home watching TV, maybe taking a nap, or doing the dishes, something completely ordinary. Then, out of nowhere, you start feeling that tightness in your chest. Maybe there's a sharp pain or a heavy pressure that won't go away. Your arms feel weak, maybe numb. The room might start to spin a little. It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? But here's the thing. This happens to people every single day. And for many of us over 60, the risks only go up. But the good news is, knowing exactly what to do in those first few minutes can mean the difference between life and death. And that's exactly why we're here today. So, if you've ever wondered, what would I do if this happened to me? Stay with me, because we're going to talk about it step by step. In this video, I'm going to share 7 simple but powerful tips that can help you survive a heart attack, even if you're completely alone. And I promise, it's not about being scared, it's about being prepared. When you have the right information, you'll feel more confident and in control. So, let's get started with the first thing you need to know. Now, imagine you feel that pain, that pressure. The first instinct many people have is to ignore it, to hope it goes away. You think, maybe it's just indigestion, or I'll wait a few minutes and see if it passes. But time is absolutely critical when it comes to heart attacks. Every single second matters. The very first thing you must do, don't wait. Don't hesitate. Call 911 immediately. I know, sometimes people think they're being a bother or they don't want to make a fuss. But trust me, this is one time. You absolutely need to put yourself first. Those paramedics know exactly how to handle this situation, and they can start treatment right away. Sometimes even before you reach the hospital. Even if you think it might just be heartburn, if that pain is unusual for you, especially if it's accompanied by shortness of breath, nausea, sweating, or dizziness, pick up that phone. If you don't have a phone nearby, try to get to one as quickly as you can. Now, if you're using a cell phone, that's great. But if you're still using a landline, or if your phone is across the room or upstairs, this is why it's a good idea to always have a phone within reach, especially if you live alone. Keeping your cell phone in your pocket or close by can truly be a lifesaver. Once you've called for help, what should you do next? A lot of people think they should rush around, get dressed, open the front door, or grab their purse. But what you really need to do is sit down. Stay as calm and still as possible. Moving around can put more strain on your heart. Sit in a comfortable position, ideally on the floor, with your back supported against a wall or piece of furniture. That way, if you do lose consciousness, you're less likely to injure yourself in a fall. Try to take slow, steady breaths. I know this is easier said than done in a stressful moment, but calming your breathing can help keep your heart from working even harder. Think to yourself, slow breath in and out. In and out. You want to keep as much oxygen flowing to your body and brain as possible. Now, here's another thing you can do. If you're not allergic and your doctor has never advised against it, you should chew 1 adult-strength aspirin. That's 325 milligrams, or 4 low-dose aspirins, 81 milligrams each. If you have them on hand, chewing it helps the medicine work faster. Aspirin helps thin your blood and can slow the formation of the clot that's causing the heart attack. That it's smart to keep aspirin in an easy-to-reach place, like in your kitchen or next to your bed, not tucked away in a drawer or cabinet where you'd have to search for it. You don't want to be fumbling around when you need it most. At this point, you've done 3 of the most important things. You've called for help, you've positioned yourself safely, and you've taken aspirin, if it's appropriate. Now comes one of the hardest parts, waiting. Those few minutes before help arrives can feel like forever. But here's another tip that can make a big difference. Focus on staying awake and alert. Talk to yourself out loud if you need to. Remind yourself, help is coming. I'm going to stay awake. I'm going to breathe. It might sound a little silly, but it works. Keeping your mind engaged helps your body stay engaged, too. If you start to feel drowsy or like you might drift off, shake your arms, move your toes, anything to stay conscious. The longer you stay awake and breathing, the better your chances when the paramedics arrive. And while you're doing that, it's important to resist the urge to try and do too much. Don't try to walk around. Don't try to drive yourself to the hospital. This can be incredibly dangerous. Even if you think you might be saving time, you're actually putting yourself at greater risk. Stay put and wait for trained professionals to get to you. They can provide life-saving treatment on the spot. Now, before we move on, If you found this helpful so far, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I share tips like this all the time to help you live healthier, safer, and more confidently, especially after 60. And you never know, one small tip might just make a big difference in your life or the life of someone you love. All right, now that we've covered those first steps, calling for help, staying calm and still, taking aspirin if it's safe, and keeping yourself awake, let's move on to what else you can do to boost your chances of surviving a heart attack when you're alone. Now that you've done those first crucial steps, there's something else just as important: being prepared before a heart attack ever happens. Because let's be honest, in the heat of the moment, it's easy to forget things. That's why one of the smartest things you can do is to have a simple emergency plan in place ahead of time. Think of it this way. If you were going on a trip, you'd pack a bag and map out your route, right? Well, in this case, you're preparing for something you hope never happens. But if it does, you'll be ready. A great place to start is writing down a short list of your emergency contacts: family, friends, neighbors, people you trust who live nearby. Keep that list by your phone or on your fridge where it's easy to see. If you use a cell phone, make sure you add these contacts under something simple like ICE, which stands for in case of emergency. First responders are trained to look for that on your phone. Another great habit is leaving your front door unlocked if you're waiting for the ambulance and feel yourself getting weaker. Paramedics sometimes have to force a door open if it's locked, which wastes precious minutes. If you can safely unlock it while you're still able to, do it. But if you can't get to the door without straining yourself, don't risk it. Sit and wait. Your safety comes first. It's also helpful to have a list of your medications, any allergies, and major health conditions written down and kept where emergency responders can easily find it. If they know what medications you're on and what you're allergic to, they can give you better, faster care. And if you live alone, this is absolutely critical. Now, here's something that a lot of people don't think about, but it can make a huge difference: knowing your symptoms. Because you'd be surprised, heart attack symptoms aren't always the Hollywood version where someone clutches their chest and collapses. Especially for women and for people over 60, the symptoms can be a lot more subtle. It might feel like a heavy pressure, almost like something is sitting on your chest, not necessarily a sharp pain. It could be discomfort in your back, jaw, neck, or even your stomach. You might break out in a cold sweat or feel unusually tired or dizzy. Shortness of breath is also very common. I can't tell you how many people think they're just having indigestion or feeling under the weather, and they wait too long to get help. The key is, if you notice symptoms that are unusual for you and they don't go away after a few minutes, call for help. It's always better to be safe. Now let's talk about something simple but powerful: daily habits that can actually improve your chances of surviving a heart attack. One of those habits is regular physical activity. You don't have to run marathons or spend hours in the gym. Even a daily walk around the block or gentle stretching can help strengthen your heart and keep your blood flowing. A stronger heart is better equipped to handle the stress of a heart attack. Plus, regular movement improves circulation, lowers blood pressure, and helps maintain a healthy weight. All things that reduce your risk in the first place. And just as important is knowing your own numbers. Things like your blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. When you stay on top of these, you'll know if something's off before it becomes a bigger problem. Get those regular checkups, and don't be afraid to ask your doctor questions. You're your own best advocate when it comes to your health. Another tip that can really make a difference: practice using your phone. It sounds simple, but sometimes in a panic, even unlocking your phone can feel confusing. Set up your phone so it's easy to dial 911 fast. On most smartphones, you can set emergency calling shortcuts that you can use even if your screen is locked. If you're not sure how to do it, ask a family member or friend to help you set it up. You want to make sure that in an emergency, you can call for help quickly without fumbling through apps or menus. And while we're talking about phones, here's one more thing. Consider getting a medical alert device, especially if you live alone. These devices come in all sorts of styles now, not just the old-fashioned necklace. There are smartwatches and even rings that can alert emergency services if you press a button or if they detect a fall. It might sound like a small thing, but having a way to call for help even if you can't reach your phone could save your life. It's worth looking into. If you're finding this helpful so far, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I share tips just like this all the time because I truly believe that with the right information, we can all live healthier, safer lives at any age. And every new subscriber helps us reach more people who might benefit from this advice. All right, let's keep going. There's another important step you can take that gives you an even better chance of surviving a heart attack, even if you're alone. And that step is to talk to your doctor about having a personal heart emergency plan. You'd be surprised how many people never have this conversation, but it can be one of the smartest things you do for yourself. Next time you see your doctor, ask, "If I have symptoms of a heart attack, what should I do? Are there any medications I should keep on hand? How should I take them?" Your doctor might recommend a specific kind of aspirin or even a prescription medication to help during those first critical moments. It's also a good idea to ask about CPR and whether your family or close friends should learn it. There are CPR classes for seniors and caregivers that can be incredibly valuable. If someone visits you often, a neighbor, a caregiver, a friend, they can learn how to respond if they ever find you unresponsive. Having even one person in your life who knows CPR can double or triple your chances of surviving. Now let's talk about something you may not expect, your mental state. The way you think and feel in the moment of a heart attack can actually affect the outcome. Staying calm really does help. I know it's easier said than done, but panicking makes your heart work harder. It's that fight or flight response to so what can you do? Practice a simple calming routine you can remember. For example, close your eyes, place a hand on your stomach, and breathe slowly. In for a count of 4, out for a count of 4. Think to yourself, help is on the way. I am going to be okay. Repeating a calming phrase helps focus your mind and reduce fear. Some people find it helpful to listen to a short meditation recording or calming music they've prepared ahead of time. You could even record your own voice reminding yourself what to do in an emergency. These small mental tools can give you just enough calm to think clearly and take the right steps. And finally, one of the most important things to remember, do not wait to tell others about what you're going through. If you live alone, tell your family or friends about your heart health risks. Let them know what medications you take and where to find your emergency information. The more they know, the faster they can help if you need them. It's also helpful to do a little heart health check-in with yourself from time to time. Are you feeling more tired than usual? Have you been skipping your medications or putting off doctor visits? Are you getting enough movement and eating well? Catching small changes early can help prevent bigger problems down the road. Now, let's take a moment to review. When it comes to surviving a heart attack alone after 60, it's about doing a few simple things. Calling for help immediately, staying calm and still, taking aspirin if appropriate, preparing an emergency plan ahead of time, knowing your symptoms, using your phone or medical alert device effectively, and keeping both your body and mind in the best shape possible. And here's what I really want you to remember. You are not powerless. Yes, heart attacks can be scary, but having the right knowledge and habits puts the odds back in your favor. Even small actions, like keeping your phone nearby or practicing calming breaths, can truly save your life. So don't wait. Start today. Write down your emergency contacts. Keep aspirin handy. Set up that phone shortcut. Talk to your doctor. These little steps build a safety net around you. And the best part? Once you've done them, you'll feel more confident and less worried about what if. You'll know you're ready, just in case. And if you found this video helpful, I'd love it if you'd like the video and subscribe to the channel. I share tips just like this to help you stay healthy, independent, and empowered after 60. And I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to share your thoughts or your own tips in the comments below. Remember, small changes really can make a big difference. You have the power to protect your heart and your health. And here's to living your best life at any age.